Hi everybody, Allie here with ABC Bead Supply, and I'm here today to share with you our new beaded pen collection and to give you a tutorial and some tips and tricks on how to use them. The pens come in 10 colors. A couple of the colors have a little bit of a shimmer to them, and that's noted directly on the website in the color selection. We also have ink refills available. They come in a package of 5 for $1.50. The pens are sold individually for $1.70 a piece. These are a high quality plastic pen. We opted to carry plastic pens over a metal just because they're more comfortable to write with. Once you add beads onto the top of a pen, it's adding some weight to the pen. And so by starting with a lighter weight base pen, it makes it so the pen is very lightweight and comfortable to write with. The refills are very easy to change in and out. All you're going to do is unscrew the end of the pen, take out the ink when it's no longer running. Make sure you save this spring and transfer it to a new refill. Slip it right back on, and then you're going to pop it right back into the pen. These, the plastic style pens are also much easier to change the refills on them, which is another reason we like them. So let's show you how to make a pen. The first one that I'm going to share with you uses a silicone accent bead on the pen. So you're going to take your pen and slip it right out of the packaging, and you're just going to unscrew that rod. And you're going to add the beads. The majority of the 12mm beads are going to fit, but not every single style of 12mm beads are going to fit onto the pens. All of the hole sizes on the 12mm vary between 1.5 and 2 millimeters. Since these rods are 1.7 millimeters, there's going to be a couple of styles of beads that aren't going to fit onto the rod. So there's a little bit of trial and error with fitting on the beads, but again, the majority will. You can also always drill the holes of your beads to make them a little bit larger if there's a particular style that you really want to use that doesn't fit directly on the rod. Once you have the beads on, I like to use a pair of pliers, which are available right on our website in the tool section, and just unscrew the top part a little bit. This rod is just holding it steady. Both ends of these rods screwed so that you can change the diameter that you have to work with for the beadable component. And I just like to make sure that I have at least 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rod available so that we can get a nice tight grip on the that screw inside that pen. But before I do that, I like to add just a little dab of E6000. This is optional, but I just like to ensure that the beads aren't going to come undone since they can be unscrewed. I just don't want that to happen once the recipient receives it. So I like to put a little bit of that right on the base to make sure that the pen stays put together. So that's a look at the pen using a silicone accent bead and some 12mm beads. The crackle, polka dot, and marbles all fit great. In addition to the silicone, you can also use any of the 20mm beads. All of the 20mm beads are going to fit right onto these pens. And then the printed beads are really fun with them, especially for back to school. So I'm going to share with you how to make one in this style, and it also uses the charm links, which are optional. So here are the supplies for this one. I'm going to take this pen and I'm going to use a split jump ring. I like split jump rings over regular jump rings just because it ensures that it's not going to fall off. And then I'm going to take the split ring pliers, which are also available on the website in the tools section, and I'm just going to open up that jump ring and slip on the connector and then give that a little twist. But while that connector is still on that jump ring, I'm going to take my little apple resin charm and add that eye hook also to the jump ring and finish screwing both of those pieces on. So now I've got the split jump ring connecting the charm and the charm connecting bead. So I'll take apart the pen and I'm just going to slip on that connector. And we're going to put on the chalk matte 12mm beads all fit. These are the rondelle spacers, the 10mm rondelle spacers, crystal. These have been available. We've added them to the Beadable Pen Collection too, just for ease of ordering. I like putting one on each side of the 20mm pens, or the 20mm beads on the pens, and then 2 more 12mm. And then once again, I don't have quite enough rod at the bottom of that as I'd like, so I'm just going to grip that and untwist the top to give a little bit more space. And then I'm going to take that E6000 and put a little dab of glue on. And there's a lot of patterns that you can do with this style of pen. If you don't want to do the dangly charm, you can just add a couple of more rondelle spacers between the beads to take up that space. So you can put a rondelle spacer at the top and in the middle as well. And then you've got the charm and the beaded pen. These are super fun, super easy, and there's lots of things that you can do with them. Here's the silicone ones again as well. So there's a look at the beaded pens and just how simple it is to make your own beaded pens.